Well, hello again, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Can It Cut or Clean? I thought for my second video in that series, I would like to try out what happens if I start lasering a concrete rock. So basically, that's what you can find on pavements, stuff like that. And yeah, without too many words this time, I I think we start. It's a nice brick. It's already in position, and we are facing these same power levels that we were facing before. So roughly somewhere around 100 watts, and engraving speed also is the same. I think I could go even higher, but why just altering the settings when we already know that one worked very well with the rusted metal? So let's get started. Let's close the lid and actuate the laser power button. And this time you should also be able to at least see a little bit of the power meter and how it's bouncing around. And I hit the start button. K40 Whisperer should now calculate, and in a second or so we should see it engraving, and there we go. So it looks very promising. I can already see a little bright line that forms at the top of the concrete, and yeah, I'm very interested how this will look like after the first and the second pass. What we could see just a few seconds ago is what I explained in the first video already. As we are engraving at such a high speed of 320 millimeters per second, it's just not getting enough data to quickly process what we are doing there. So we will see a few of these stops like this one, and then it should normally continue pretty much for a while before it stops again. But you know, Murphy's Law. I think you can see the power meter or the milliamp meter bouncing. So if I say it's roughly 100 watts, then this estimation is due to the fact that you would have to consider the amp meter just not really showing the peak power. But I know that there's a little bit left for the potentiometer, which is sitting right next to the milliamp meter. So we could crank up the power, but that's absolutely not necessary and also not really recommended. So first path, I will, as last time, I will open the lid, quickly hit that button, open the lid and take the camera out, and we will have a close look, and it's already looking pretty darn nice. So really big difference between the original, old, and oh, it's even warm. God damn. Yeah, that's warm. So let's see what the second pass can do. I doubt that we will see much difference, but who knows. So get that camera mounted again nicely so you can see, and close that lid, initiate the laser and start the engraving, and then we find out. With that method, especially in like pavement stones and stuff like that, I could imagine some funny things to be made with. For example, you could, if you have that small squared stones, you could probably engrave some nice logos into that and then place them back in front of your house or whatever you can imagine. I mean, there's endless possibilities if it comes to a laser being able to engrave onto a lot of materials, or in this case I would speak necessarily from, I wouldn't speak from engraving or off engraving. I would really more stick to saying the surface is very clean after that. So I don't think we really take off a lot of material there, which would be necessary to speak of engraving. I think it's more the debris that we are taking off. So second pass is nearly finished, just a few more lines, and then we will have a look. But from my point of view, there's no big difference between the first and the second pass, but you can judge by your own. And there we go. So I will open that lid and also take it out and position it somewhere here without scratching the sheet too much, and then we will have a look. So that's really clean. I mean, that's really nicely clean, and it's warm. It's absolutely amazing that it is, because as you can see, I mean, if I take my hand in comparison, that brick is quite large, so it managed to, at least at the surface, heat that brick quite nicely. Yeah, I'm amazed by the result. Might be really interesting to engrave something. I mean, the heat is quickly dissipating into the brick, so it's quickly getting colder. I can imagine a few nice things with that method on concrete. We will have to find out. Well, that's it for now. I hope you liked that short video, and have a good day.